Have you ever wondered why cities and towns are located where they are? It's a question that goes all the way back to our earliest ancestors. Let's travel back in time, thousands of years ago, to understand the world of hunter-gatherers. What was their version of real estate hunting? Was on their checklist for the perfect place to live. It wasn't about school districts or morning commutes. It was about survival. Archaeologists, the detectives of the past, have unearthed clues that help us piece together this ancient puzzle. When they find sites with evidence of hunter-gatherers, they often notice a pattern. Take a look at this map. See all these red triangles? Jet! These are places where our ancestors once lived, and you'll notice many of them are clustered near something vital: water. Rivers and lakes were the highways and supermarkets of the ancient world. They provided drinking water, attracted animals to hunt, and were a source of fish. So, rule number 1 for ancient home seekers: live near water. But water wasn't the only thing on their minds. Imagine trying to build a house today without a hardware store. That's the challenge hunter-gatherers faced. Their most important technology was the stone tool. These weren't just simple rocks. They were expertly crafted knives, scrapers, and axe heads. Essential for everything from butchering an animal to preparing hides for clothing and shelter. Making these tools required skill and, more importantly, the right raw materials. This brings us to our second key factor: good quality stone. People couldn't just pick up any old pebble. They needed specific types of stone, like flint or chert, that would flake in a predictable way when struck, creating a sharp, durable edge. So, they actively sought out places where this high-quality stone was easily available. Think of these locations as the ancient equivalent of an industrial park. Archaeologists call these places factory sites. How do they know at all about the evidence left behind? At a factory site, you don't just find a few finished tools. You find the entire production line, frozen in time. You'll see large blocks of raw stone, the core material they started with. You'll find tools that were halfway finished and then discarded. They were big because they broke or weren't shaping upright. It's like finding a crumpled up piece of paper next to a writer's desk. And most tellingly, you'll find piles and piles of tiny waste chips, the stone debris left over from the tool-making process. These factory sites are a clear sign that people were here working hard to create the essential technology of their time. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Sometimes, our ancestors hit the jackpot. They found a spot that had it all: a reliable source of water, plenty of game and plants, and a nearby quarry of excellent stone. Why would you ever leave a place like that? You wouldn't, or at least, you'd stay for much longer periods. These prime locations weren't just temporary workshops. They became homes. Archaeologists have a special name for these sites: habitation cum factory sites. Habitation means a place where people lived, and cum is just a Latin word for with or and. So, it's a living site combined with a factory. You'd find not only the evidence of toolmaking, but also the signs of daily life. You might find the remains of ancient hearths where they cooked their meals and gathered for warmth. You might find animal bones from their hunts, or even the remnants of temporary shelters. These sites were the bustling centers of the prehistoric world, a place to live, work, and thrive. So we have these different types of locations. We have temporary camps near a river. We have specialized factory sites for making tools. And we have these amazing habitation cum factory sites that were the best of both worlds. This shows us that our ancestors were smart and strategic. They understood their environment and made conscious choices about where to live based on the resources. They needed to survive and prosper. They were mapping out their world, not with GPS, but with an intimate knowledge of the land. This whole idea makes you think, doesn't it? Let's bring it into the modern day. If you had to describe the place you live in right now using these ancient terms, which would you choose? Is your home purely a habitation site, a place where you just rest and sleep? Maybe your workplace is like a factory site, a place dedicated solely to production. Or perhaps, especially now with so many people working from home, you live in a modern habitation cum factory site. Your home is where you live, eat, and sleep, but it's also where you work, create, and produce, too. It's fascinating how these ancient patterns of life can still resonate with our own experiences today. The technology has changed. Our needs have become more complex. But the fundamental idea of choosing a place to live that supports our work and our life remains the same. From a riverside camp to a modern apartment, we're all just trying to find our perfect spot on the map. What do you think? Drop a comment below and let me know how you'd classify your own home using these terms. It's a fun little thought experiment. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more explorations into our incredible human story. See you in the next one!